question if the law is fair to the mentally ill.
If you're going to take somebody who everybody agrees had a psychiatric problem and then turn him over to the prison system, all you're doing is punishing. And you're not rehabilitating, and you're not providing the function of getting a person who was sick better.
I think the net effect of that is, or will be, to effectively abolish the insanity defense. I think the juries, the judge will see the guilty but mentally ill as a compromise.
Somebody can't just go out after they've been found not guilty by reason of insanity. It just doesn't happen anymore. It's not permitted.
The arguments over the pros and cons of the insanity plea are intensified by the current case of John Wayne Gacy. He is pleading not guilty by reason of insanity, but the jury will decide that question, and the legislature will decide whether to change the law in Illinois and therefore decide the fate of other people like John, people who plead not guilty by reason of insanity.
I'd like to get home and go back to work and provide for my family and have a good life.
There are at least 4 bills before the Illinois legislature right now. 2 are based on the Michigan law. Another would allow the state to require outpatient care for up to 5 years as a condition of release. But even if these laws pass, they won't necessarily have smooth sailing. The constitutionality of the Michigan law is currently being challenged in that state's Supreme Court. Regardless of whether the law in Illinois is changed, the insanity plea will always be a balancing act between the rights of the mentally ill to treatment and ultimate release and the rights of the community to be protected. It's a difficult balance to achieve. Chuck and Jim?
Thank you. But you explained it well, as difficult as it may be. We still have our live unit standing by at City Hall waiting for Mayor Byrne to appear there, and outside Judge Heckinger's courtroom where Frank Mascari tonight was sentenced to, what, 5 months in jail?
5 months on a criminal contempt charge, and we'll be trying to get more reaction from there. Rich Samuels is there, Andy Shaw's at City Hall, and Paul Hogan is out with the firefighters, so we should have something coming up shortly. We'll be back after this.
Dominic's Deli is featuring high-grade meat wieners. They're just 89 cents for the pound package, and a time and money saver, too, from Dominic's.
Wicks Furniture's Super Sale this Saturday. For one day only, thousands of items of fine furniture are on sale and available now. Living rooms, dining rooms, bedrooms, bedding, accessories, and more. Beautiful home furnishings specially priced for this great selling spree. So come to Wicks this Saturday during our exciting Super Sale with the accent on savings. That's Wicks Furniture, where you get quality furniture at prices you can afford. Hurry, it's this Saturday only.
Get ready. Red Lobster's building a seafood lover's dream. Starting with broiled lobster, deep sea scallops, shrimp, fillet of fish, and deviled crab. That's right, all on one plate. Red Lobster's broiled fisherman's platter. It's not a dream. You seafood lover, you. Oh, wait till you taste it.
Red Lobster for the seafood lover in you.
Well, the situation in the firefighters' dispute has really exploded within just the last 15 minutes. Andy Shaw is standing by over at City Hall waiting for Mayor Byrne. Let's go live to Andy now.
Well, Chuck, some bad news on that front. The mayor has sent word out here through one of her aides after we had asked, and she says she will have no comment on the situation, on the sentencing of Frank Mascari, no word about alternative plans for firefighting overnight or tomorrow. So from here at City Hall, I'm afraid we can't offer anything to reassure or to assure the citizens of Chicago. Perhaps the mayor will change her mind, but the word now is that she will have no comment on any of the goings-on today or tonight.
Andy, do you mean that the mayor of the city of Chicago is not going to tell the people of Chicago what the plans are for tomorrow?
That's about the best. I can't think of a better way to put it at the present time, Jim. Now, unless she changes her mind.
We're in complete limbo with firemen on strike, no alternative plan announced so far as we know. And the firemen, what's happening? They might want to know.
She is closeted back in her office, not more than 30 or 40 feet behind us. She has department heads. She has some top aides.
Well, I hope she has a television set on, because I'd like an answer to that question. I'm sure the people would, too.
If she's watching us, perhaps she'll come out and answer that question. But for now, the word is we'll get no response from her during our newscast or when she goes home tonight.
You wonder why she would leave the city in the lurch like this. Of course, you know, we can only speculate. But
and I can't really offer any help on that score. She must have just felt that at this time she couldn't offer anything beneficial to the situation. She's been accused of making a number of incendiary statements.
Yeah.
Her husband, Jay McMullen, was accused of the same thing earlier today, and perhaps she feels she'll be doing more good at this point by saying nothing. This may be the one time when it would be much better to have something said.
Yeah, Andy, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but would you mind going to the door and knocking again and asking one more time?
I'll do that. I'm afraid I'll pull out all the plugs. Maybe you can come back to me in a couple of minutes.
Okay,
It'll be
we'll
easier
come
that
back
way.
to you, but if you would do that for us.
No problem.
See what happens.
Thank you.
Right now, we're going to find out what the weather is. We know it's a little wet and dreary out there, and Jim Tillman's going to tell us the rest of it.
Well, Mother Nature's pulling out all the plugs right now. It's just like spring. It sounded that way with thunder in the air today, and certainly with all those showers and thunderstorms going on this evening. Let's take a quick look at the satellite picture. This one taken early this afternoon. I want you to concentrate not on the southwest for the moment, but look around the Chicago area. And look at the satellite picture that is the present one now, and you'll see the storm activity moving into the Chicago area. Let's move in a little closer and see a closer view of all of this, and you'll find clouds that are arcing around just to the south and west of Chicago that will be moving through our area throughout the night tonight. Perhaps the best way to look at it really is on our radar picture, and we have a time-lapse picture that will show you what has been happening. Activity along the north as well as the south. Most of it has been down in the southern portion of the viewing area as it is at this moment. This now is a live picture. I'll show you the track we've been looking at tonight and watching it as it's been moving along. There's Gary. It'll just barely catch the northwestern edge of this activity as it moves through the area, so residents in Gary look forward to a little thunder for the next 2 hours. Okay, for tomorrow, we expect to find showers to the north of us and snow well to the north of us. All that rain will be moving out of the Chicago area by afternoon tomorrow. All the fog and rain will be gone. We'll have flurries by tomorrow night. The snow will be out in the Rockies. By Saturday, expect to find, or rather tomorrow, expect to find the temperatures well into the 40s, about 46 degrees, and then going straight down during the day. And by Saturday, expect to find a new snow and rain maker out to the west of us. It'll be moving very slowly. It looks like that won't hit us for the next 5 days. Actually, the weather in Chicago should be very nice. The 5-day forecast then shows that our rain will end tomorrow. Our temperatures will fall off on Saturday and then pick up again a bit on Sunday. No real activity for the next 5 days. The present temperatures show a 37-degree thermometer throughout all of the Chicagoland area. The humidity is way up at 100%, northeast winds at 18 and a falling barometer. And that forecast now for tonight, occasional showers and possibly a thunderstorm, a low somewhere in the mid-30s, east-northeast winds 15 to 20. For tomorrow, occasional rain during the day, a high of 48, northeast winds 15 to 20, and 43 rather, northeast winds 15 to 20, and look forward to a very bad night for driving with lots of fog around.
Okay, thank you, Jim. We'll be back with more. We'll update as much as we can when we return.
Okay, and Mike Lederman will have all the sports. Tell us about another medal that the United States picked up at the Olympics today.
I'd like to know, what law is it that says that a woman is a better parent simply by virtue of her sex?
This time, the critics are unanimous. Kramer versus Kramer. New York and Los Angeles Film Critics Awards. Best Picture of the Year. Dustin Hoffman, Best Actor. Meryl Streep, Best Supporting Actress. And Robert Benton, Best Screenplay, Best Director, Los Angeles Film Critics Award. Kramer versus Kramer, rated PG.
Now playing at selected theaters near you. Consult your local newspaper.
It's a great day in Chicagoland every day, until it starts snowing. But don't worry, your Subaru dealer can turn Chicago into a winter wonderland with Subaru's front-wheel and four-wheel drive cars for super snow traction and great gas mileage. See your Chicagoland Subaru dealer today, the Go in the Snowman. Quality Motor Sales, Lindman Motors Incorporated, Scala O'Brien, Crestwood Imports, from your Subaru family, the one with the brat.
At Brown's, you get our delicious golden chicken.
It tastes better.
Our exclusive fried mushrooms.
It tastes better.
And all kinds of tempting side orders, including corn on the cob.
It tastes great.
That's the thing about Brown's. It tastes better. Brown's chicken, it tastes better. Brown's chicken, it tastes better.
Brown's chicken.
It tastes better.
The makers of Robitussin cough medicine ask, do you know which kind of cough medicine is right for your kind of cough? For instance, do you need an expectorant, with a cough suppressant, with a decongestant, or a combination of all of these? Because there are different kinds of coughs, only one of these Robitussin formulas may be right for your kind of cough. So don't let just our television commercial recommend your cough medicine. The makers of Robitussin ask you to ask your doctor or pharmacist.
Okay, Andy Shaw is still at City Hall, and he was going to find out what the response of the mayor might be. Andy, have you heard anything?
Jim, we tried to get an answer to the questions, and this is the best we can come up with. The mayor is waiting at least until her own negotiating team from over at Circuit Court, Judge Heckinger's courtroom, gets back here and briefs her on what went on there. She did hear what happened, but she wants to hear face-to-face from her own negotiators what happened. Her Chief of Staff, Bill Griffin, just arrived. Whether that means she'll speak to us after she's been briefed or not, I can't tell you, but at least in her defense, that perhaps explains why she has waited up to now. She wants to hear it from her own people, not over the air.
Perfectly understandable. Okay, thank you, Andy. We hope to hear from you and from her a little later, perhaps.
Right. We certainly do. Mike Lederman is here now with the sports. A big day for the United States in the Olympics. Mike?
All right, Chuck, we'll talk about the Olympics a bit. Gold medals for Eric Heiden. But first, let's go to basketball. DePaul went to the Big Apple and didn't choke on it by any means. The Blue Demons showed 18,000 people at New York's Madison Square Garden, the nation's top team, with a 105-89 win, number 24 over Wagner. Blue Demons only led 16-15 midway in the first half when Mark Aguirre scored his first basket of the game. Immediately afterward, one good turn deserved another. He scored his second. And right after that, on the feed from Clyde Bradshaw, Mark got his third plus a free throw on a three-point play. Aguirre had 24 for the game. Here he fed Skip Dillard for 2 of Skip's 25. DePaul led by 16 at half. Wagner did manage to get within 10 as DePaul kind of half snoozed through the second half, but the Demons quickly retaliated. Terry Cummings, 25 points. DePaul won number 24, 105-89. Elsewhere, upset in the second game of that doubleheader. Number 3, Louisville beaten by Iona. LSU barely got by Mississippi. And in the Big Ten tonight, Ohio State got a game from Northwestern before the Buckeyes won. Michigan upset Purdue. The Boilermakers just can't seem to do anything right. Wisconsin, meanwhile, knocked off Iowa. In overtime, Eddie Johnson got a basket with 3 seconds left as Illinois beat Minnesota. And Indiana on the track, beating Michigan State 75-72. Isaiah Thomas, after being butted in a game last week and attacked a couple of days ago in his dorm, played tonight. Isaiah took stitches above his eyes, as you saw. Still, he scored 13 points in the Hoosiers' win. At the Winter Olympics, Eric Heiden made history. Greg Gumbel's here to tell you about it.
Not only the biggest story of these Winter Olympic Games, but the biggest story of any Winter Olympic Games is Eric Heiden, the speed skater from Madison, Wisconsin, who today won his 4th gold medal in the men's 1,500-meter event. That's more gold medals than anyone has ever won in Winter Olympic competition. He won his event in Olympic record time despite slipping on one of the turns. Here's how he described it.
I think there's like a rut in the ice, and I didn't really step in it, but just the pressure from my left foot going around the turn broke the ice, and I fell into it after that. And I came pretty close to falling, and I had to put my arm down, but you know, it didn't, you know, sit in my mind too long after that. It passed pretty quick, and I was able to concentrate on the race again.
Just your reaction as the first man ever in Winter Olympic history to win 4 gold medals at Olympic Games.
Wow!
In other events, Hani Wenzel won the women's giant slalom. The best American finish was 7th. Linda Fratiani moved up to 2nd after the women's figure skating short program. She's got a good shot at the gold. And the figure skating men's gold medal went to Great Britain's Robin Cousins. Cousins 2nd in the competition to this point. He put on a good exhibition, although he said he wasn't quite so good as he could have been. The bronze went to Charlie Tickner. He had a few slips tonight. Still, it was America's first figure skating medal of the games. And David Santee of Park Ridge didn't quite get the medal. He finished 4th, although he was quite a crowd favorite. Scott Hamilton was 5th. Baseball may never